Doing our pink leopard print. The leopard print is really popular in different colors, and think about other colors too, like blue and purple and yellow and orange. There's all kinds of things they're doing with it, but we're going to do the pink today. Now I'm using 3 different colors. I'm using the carnation pink, the black, and I'm mixing the carnation pink half and half with the white to make our under color there. So we're going to start out by heating our little wood piece to get that. Let's give us a clean palette here to get it all nice and warm before we apply our color onto the bottom. And I'm also going to put my pink now into my melting pot, and that's going to be the center of my spots, so that can get to melting. Alright, we've got that in there melting, and we're going to warm this guy up. We're going to start on the outside, warm it up, and the reason we're warming it up is so this just applies nice and evenly. You can do it the other way, but I think this way is a little bit smoother. So we have that all warm. And I am using my stipple brush to just come in and put my color on. And I may decide that this is a little bit too pink, that I think I need to add some more white to that. So we're going to let that guy cool, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to add some more white to my pink color. And this is just a personal opinion, however you want to do it. If your color is too thick, then just, or too full, just pour some of that out with a cotton ball. We're just going to put that in there. We're going to let that melt for a minute, stir that back up. To do our spots, we're going to be using our number 2 wax tool, and I'm going to be using the smaller end to apply it onto. You could also use the bigger end if you wanted the larger dots as well. So let's see if we're a little bit lighter here. And this is good because we're going to show you a second coat. So if you do this and this is showing through some and you decide that that is too thin for you and you don't like that showing through, we can apply this second coat. And so we're just going to put the second coat right over the top. Remember not to go back over it because you're just lifting that up until it's dry. It's warm. Now because we did that and our base wasn't as warm, we're going to go back and smooth it out. Okay, let that dry all the way. And if you still think that is too dark, you can also apply a little bit more white. Maybe instead of half and half, I would try a 1/4 of the carnation pink to the white, and then add pink to that if you think that is too much from there. That may be a little bit better. And I'm going to stick my wax tool in and start to warm up the end. Remember, you can't have a cold tip. The wax doesn't want to stick to it. So we're going to warm that up while our guy over here is cooling off, our gourd piece, because we don't want it so warm that it just absorbs right in. We want that a little bit cool. We don't want to make our dots too uniform either. We want them kind of random. And this could be a little bit cooler. And we're just bringing our dots here and there. We're not trying to make them uniform. We're just kind of making them different spots. And we're going to put them on. We're going to make sure that we have some on the edge. And I'm going to put another little one right there on the edge. Okay. I'm going to switch over to my Zero tool now, and we're going to apply the black on the outside. I'm going to start with the smaller end. See if I like that guy. And I'm not taking it all the way around. I'm bringing it one direction, then the other direction. So it's kind of going thick to thinner. And we're leaving the end open just a tad. And this is not perfect. This is not any science method. It's just put on any way you think it should go. This is just how I interpret it. If you see it different, then you do it different. And we're going to do this guy here. And I'm also going to come in and I'm going to add, using that real little tip, just some tiny dots here and there. Now remember, when you warm up your dots, they get bigger, so we want to be careful how big they are, because the more you melt them, the bigger that they get. And we're just kind of filling in the area. Another thing you could do if you wanted to is throw a light color across the top. I might do just one, just kind of so you can see, just like a silver or a white, just to kind of break that spot up a little bit. Any of those kind of different colors as well, just so it's not kind of solid. It kind of breaks that spot up. So I just want to show you that too. So we're going to go and melt this now. Start on the outside and work your way in. Remember, the inside doesn't take as long to melt, the outside takes longer. And just kind of get it where you want it. If you want to move it around or not, don't get too close, because the closer you get, the more it's going to move. So we've got that there. While it's still nice and warm, I'm going to apply a little bit of white sparkle to this, because this is a girly girl piece. We wouldn't be doing it in pink if it wasn't. Just to kind of give it that extra something. So we've put that on. Now you've got to make sure that your wax is wet when you put your when your glitter on. It should look damp. It should look wet. I'm going to set that just a tad, and that is fine. So that is how we do our leopard prints. I heated this one up a little bit more, and you can see this one was a lot lighter pink, and I think I like the lighter pink than the darker. I would probably lighten it up quite a bit. And then also I did little earrings to match as well, so that you have a set. So don't forget that you have your earrings to do with that too. So once this guy is dry, and I always try to rush this, so I'm going to leave this alone a bit. We're going to talk about what we're going to put our finish on with, and we'll let him dry that much more. You never want to put your finish on when it is warm. It does affect the finish. And we're going to be using the Mod Podge Dimensional Magic, and this is what I'm using for my jewelry. It's a nice hard finish, and we're also going to be doing several coats. I recommend doing 3 to 5 coats, because it is wax, and if you're outside wearing it, you want to make sure that it's stable. And I always tell you to test it, no matter where you are or what you're doing. Test it before you do anything with it. And we want to remove this part first off of our sides, the wax. You remove all your wax. And after seeing that silver, unless that's a little piece of silver, I'm not sure. And I've done this in the past, and if you're not happy with it, do it again. And I am not happy with this one. I'm going to do this one more time. And I like to leave these in because you can see when I was developing these, I can't tell you how many times I took it off before I left it on. So to start over, and you can make all kinds of fun things with this. Each piece you do is going to be different, like that. That's really cool design, just right there, just like that. So you never know what you're going to end up with. That's what is so great about the wax. Each piece is going to be different. I'm going to add a little bit more white to this pink even and make it that much lighter. We're going to do it one more time. I'm going to try and do it real quick for you. But I just like you to see that, you know, I don't leave my stuff. I play with it just as much. Okay, there we go. Much better color. Now, this side's a little bit thin and I want that a little bit more coated. And this needs just evened out, just a tad, not much. It's right in that area. Okay. Alright, we're going to let this cool down just a tad, and then I'm going to come back again with my number 2 tool, and we're going to apply the spots. And you also, on the spots, if you wanted them big and puffy, you could even come in with your eyedropper and drop them to get them thicker. That is up to you if you would like to do that. I always rush this, and you shouldn't. The reason we don't want to put the warm wax on top of warm wax, it just melts in together. This way we actually have 2 separate layers and they don't blend in together. Put our dots on again here. And taking one off the edge. Okay, I like that part. Even better already. We're going to come in here with our black. And you can see that pink was a little bit damp still. Like we talked about, not going all the way around. And some dots. Okay, let's go warm it up again. I'm going to get my glitter ready. Good. Okay, while that is warm, I'm going to get the glitter in. And it does not take hardly any glitter at all. And now we're going to get the sides off, and then once the sides off, we will get our finish on top. And we want to make sure that it's cooled all the way down. Alright, and we're going to put our Dimensional Magic, and we're going to do a wide coat, and it's better to do less, more than less. If I said that already, I apologize. And we're going to start on our outside with the brush, and you're going to barely work this. It's best to leave it kind of you don't want to overdo it. So we're just going to brush that. When you see those brush marks start to settle, you know that you've got enough varnish on there. Or not varnish, but finish. And if you don't, if you can still see your brush marks, then you need to add more. And don't keep brushing it, and I just pulled my brush kind of sideways and let it settle. And we talked about doing the 3 to 5 coats. So we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to come back and we're going to finish our necklace.